save the day. Hope I'll be lying if I say I don't fear that I may lose him to the one who wants to use him. Not care for love and cherish him each day. For I also love the gloom of my thoughts he does consume. Oh, shining armor, I'll be there soon.
Hello everyone, and welcome again to Winchester Wednesdays. I am your host, Winchester 572, and yes, I hope you all had fun last week when I wasn't here, because I was actually in Northern Virginia with Rosie and Zeta and Forest Rain. So, but yeah, and I was up there because BronyCon. So you guys can probably guess what the hell we're going to be talking about this week. So yes, I've got some of our very good friends from BronyCon here. So yeah, without further ado, I guess I'll get right in here to the call. Hello, call.
Hi. Welcome.
I still want that fucking recording. God damn it.
What recording?
So
in frickin' bubblegum shrimp.
Yeah, bubblegums.
We did it the first time, and it was angelic. And I was like, no, I want it recorded. And then we did it again. It was like, ah. Everyone was dissonant as shit. So.
You can't.
I couldn't capture lightning in a bottle.
Alrighty. So yes, so really quick here, let me introduce people that is here. So starting off, we have my lovely co-host, Crazy Matt Captain.
I have pizza.
And he did not go to BronyCon, so he will be eating his pizza and be sort of moderator and asking us questions if he feels like it.
And staring at you all with intense eyes.
Oh, I can feel it, baby.
Oh my. And also, I don't know, Orange Shirt Guy might be showing up here or not. He went to Sturgis, so I invited him hey, if you want to just come over to my house and chill and then talk about Sturgis on stream, sure.
What's Sturgis?
a big motorcycle rally in South Dakota.
To be honest, it sounds like a shellfish.
That's a sturgeon,
wrong.
and that's not a shellfish. But anyways, without further ado, the person you kind of heard talk first, we have the wonderful and amazing Cyril the Wolf.
Hi.
Whoa.
So yes, and then next we have Cracking Laser.
Who invited this butt?
Cyril
He was
did.
in my band.
Yeah, he was in his band as guitarist and stuff. I'm trying to like get my videos on my phone uploaded so I can show some of them and stuff.
I was the co-front man.
Yeah.
Fun. And next up, we have person that I haven't met before at a convention. We have Creature.
I don't do anything of note, so hello.
That's right, he sucks. Except he's awesome because he sends you Xbox controllers.
Well, I sent you one because I had an extra.
I know. You're awesome. I still feel bad for not bringing it for you to sign because that would have been fun.
We've all got something to contribute.
Okay.
Yes.
We
And
all have sins.
I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
and last but not least, we have Coal Dust.
I quite literally just woke up and saw an open door. That's why I'm here. Hi. What? I don't know what's going on, but hey, open doors. Yeah.
So yes, and also we might be having a few other people join in. So yeah, I'll just introduce them as they join in. But yes, so I guess first off we'll start at the very end. How was everybody's trip back from the convention? Starting with Cyril.
I left
Hey, guys.
far later than I wanted to. Oh, look, Sidewinder.
welcome.
And I left far later than I wanted to. It wasn't your fault, Cracking. It was actually, it was just that we went to Bubblegum Strip, and I was expecting it to take like an hour and a half. It took 3. It was ridiculous. And then so I was driving home, and I was fine until I was like almost home, and then I had to I almost ran a stop sign because I was tired, and spatial recognition is hard when you're tired. But yeah, other than that, it was fine, and I had to work the next day, but it didn't go very well.
Well, really quick here, Sidewinder just joined in. He gave me the ride up from Rosie, Zeta, and Forrest Drain's house up to BronyCon. So say hello, Sidewinder.
Yep. Hello.
And next off, Cyril's thing actually leads very well into my coming back story, so I'm going to just quit. I'm just going to quickly go and summarize that. So basically, got to the airport. Me, Forrest Thunder, Larsus, and Circuit Main were all kind of just chilling there. Circuit had to go and try to go and catch his flight. And I went and checked my bags. Larsus checked his bags. Forrest Thunder checked his bags. Or tried to check his bags. Then we found out we had to wait an hour for him to be able to check his bags in. So we were waiting. Larsus had to go on his flight, so he said goodbye and whatnot. We finally get through the security and everything. And who else did I see in the security line but Infinite? And
Al Gore.
Yes, and we now and now really quickly, I'll interrupt my own story. We have starting with the new person. We have the wonderful Woot Master.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, the Moot Master. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a bit. What's up?
Well, we're doing BronyCon recap stream. If you weren't briefed already.
Oh yeah. I'm big up on the BronyCons, man. It was nuts.
Yeah. So
Hey, what's up, everybody?
My dude.
Well, we're kind of going through travel backstories right now. I've kind of been calling people one at a time. That way, it's not like nuts. Also, we have Larsus here.
Hey,
So many people.
Larsus, I miss you, man.
You too. You're awesome.
I miss you.
I was gonna say everyone in this chat is awesome except Winchester.
I
Got
know.
'em.
I suck.
I'm gonna blame your goldfish for why I just disconnected a moment.
Yes, except Winchester, who is quite awesome.
He's extra special awesome.
So,
Yeah.
He's the host of the show. I got to suck up to him a little. Sorry, guys.
Of course, of course.
You said suck.
so
Got 'em.
just really quick here, trying to get through the rest of my sort of tale. Meet up with Infinite. Infinite's like, hey, this dude's on your same flight. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And he's just like, oh, this guy was also head of, like, enforcement in the security department. I'm just like, oh, that's cool. So we had a good flight back to Midland, or wherever. I'm getting Midway.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm in Midland. No
Yeah,
way in hell did you come here, because no one comes here unless they have to. Try again, please.
That sounds like North Platte.
No. You're in a Midland, because I know a Midland that's just down the road from me, and it's...
Well, there's many places just down the road from me. 400 miles that way and 600 miles that way.
Yeah, that sounds about like me.
So moving on, Winchester.
Moving on. Yeah, flew to Midway, caught my flight from Midway to Omaha, got into Omaha, and I was driving through Omaha, and I'm just like, I'm as tired now as when I was getting home at 2 a.m. from dropping, or from coming back from a Cider Fest. This isn't good, because I was, like, falling asleep then. So it's just like, okay, so I had to pull into Lincoln anyways to go and gas up my car, and I was, like, messaging Double R Forest, just like, come on, gotta go and get, just, like, figure out what the hell is going on, and I need a place to stay. So I ended up staying with him that night and came back in, got back home about 1:45 in the afternoon. Or no, that's when I got to work, but yeah. So that was how my ride back went. So, let's see. Who else probably had a short thing? Let's go Coal Dust.
Yeah. Oh, me next? Why?
So, summarize your trip back really quick.
Well, I rode back with a friend of mine who was on staff, and he was run ragged, and also he couldn't drink caffeine for reasons, and so he's very tired and loopy. So by the time he reached his stop, he was, like I said, very tired and loopy. And then I got to enjoy the rest of my journey, sitting with a rather nice, very lovely, really drunk old lady.
Fun.
On the bright side, she wanted to hear everything I had to say about trains, so that was great.
Oh my god!
The whole flight.
So
it was a train.
So
Trains don't fly.
Yes, they do. If they're a maglev, the lev part literally means levitation. So yes, they do.
Maglevs are just experimental. There has been none that have been put into commercial use.
What about the one my goldfish built?
Wow, look at this fun killer over here. Physical limitations mean nothing.
So next on to Larsis, I guess. How was your trip back?
It was on Southwest, and I got to travel with the element of subtlety the whole way because she wouldn't fit in my bag.
Nice.
Let's see. I sat next to an actually very interesting person on the first leg from. No, I'm sorry. The first leg was from Baltimore to Nashville, and that was kind of boring. And then from Nashville to Houston, because I stayed on the same flight, I sat next to actually a very interesting person who had a lot of questions about the Brony fandom, and she decided, I'm going to look that up. That sounds interesting. I loved My Little Pony growing up, and I'm just going to see what you guys are doing. So if you're listening in, I'm sorry.
You did make sure to go and tell them all about my show, right?
May have slipped my mind at the time.
God.
You didn't mention the guy who screams into a microphone at 800 miles an hour?
I did, actually.
Oops, sorry, Winchester.
Winchester, I should also mention really quick that you called me in the middle of my train ride. Actually, not in the middle, at the very beginning, as I was, in business class, in that awkward stage in business class where it's before New York and everybody in business is actually a business person and no one wants to sit next to each other. So I was sitting next to some total stranger, as opposed to my friend, and all of a sudden my phone starts ringing, and then it was you asking where I was in Baltimore. So that was the thing.
And and then let's see the final leg from Houston back to Midland. You know, I'll say this: traveling with the Rainbow Dash plush is a lot of fun because it means that no one really wants to take that center seat next to me because I always pick the window seat, and it's just wonderful not having to deal with that.
Yeah.
So there you go. If you're flying Southwest and you want to be guaranteed that you'll be the last person anyone picks to sit next to on the flight, just be that brony. Seriously.
Will do.
Yeah.
It's
All
really
right.
fun. Just let that
Alrighty.
spaghetti hang right out your pocket.
Exactly.
And since he brought up spaghetti, we'll have Kraken Glazer, aka fondly known as Kraken Glazer, as both me and Cheryl were talking about. That's what we thought he was called for a long time.
No, I'm actually Glaze. Just with extra bits.
You just
You're a
like
fluffy
Kraken
glaze.
Glaze. Oh my god. You just like Kraken Glaze's skull, don't you?
So
Pity laughter.
What?
Give you some pity laughter there.
That's cool. I can dig it.
So, anyways, how was your trip?
About 12 hours. Flight was 6, and then there's a lot of trains and blah blah blah. I probably should have slept on the flight, but I decided to marathon the latter half of the first season of Game of Thrones. Yeah, that hurt. To get home.
But you got to watch a lot of people screw and a lot of people die, and I guess that makes it worth it.
And I got to put my hand, just keep my hand right next to my screen so stewardesses wouldn't tell me. That's cool.
Fun. So I guess next we shall have Wootmaster, who I shall go and mention. Was the guy who did the drums in the song that I opened with, and vocals too, I guess.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Because I opened up with This Day Aria.
Yeah. So that was a duet between me and our other singer Galen, who actually does not like how his vocal performance came off in there. He was like, "Man, I sound too whiny," and I was like, "Well, your cadence, so you know that's perfect." You sound just like a alicorn princess. You're fine. I'll take the heavy lifting as Chrysalis. We'll do that.
And let me just say, I didn't even notice it until I saw you guys perform it there, and I was just like, "Oh my god, that is so cool how they trade off the different parts between the two." Because I was just standing there off stage, and I was just like, "Oh my god, that's like amazing."
Yeah, I mean, we figured that would be the best way to do it. We're both singers, and it'd be kind of silly. I mean, or I guess it wouldn't be thematically appropriate to have the same person sing both parts. You know, it just wouldn't be as cool. So that's how we came to do that, and it's pretty fun to play that song every time.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So anyways, how was your trip back?
All right, so yeah, I've got a story about the trip. So it turns out we're about to go Sunday night. We're like, okay, we got a few hours before the flights leave, and our friend, our Jacob is the bassist in the band who was planning the flights and bought the tickets and all that stuff. He suddenly checks his phone and there's an email in there saying they moved the flight up like 2 hours, which I didn't know they even did. I was prepared for flights to be delayed, but I didn't know they made them earlier.
Yeah, I didn't
So
either.
everybody starts panicking. Everybody starts rushing. My stuff is up in the hotel room. Everybody's already on the ground, ready to go. So I got to run up there. Our bassist comes flying up the stairs because, I don't have my room key. And so as he's coming towards me, there's another person coming as well who's looking very nervous. And it turns out it's somebody who does an art Tumblr called, they do a Pink Amina Diane Pie sort of thing. And this was their first time meeting me. And they're incredibly nervous. And they come up to me and they say, are you Wootmaster? I'm such a huge fan. And before I even have a chance to respond, my bassist comes and is like, yeah, we got to go get our crap now. We got to get out of here. So I only get to say, hey, man, thanks for being a fan. And then I had to go in my room and run off. And it was the worst feeling in the world. Because even though I knew I had to catch that flight, I always want to take time to hang out and talk to anybody who's a fan of my stuff, because it still shocks me to this day that anybody knows of the art, the music, whatever. So what ends up happening is we get to the airport, you know, we catch an Uber, we're all breathless and stuff, and we still miss the flight. So while everybody else is like, oh God, we're going to have to catch a flight tomorrow, you know, cursing and all that stuff, I'm secretly relieved, because that means I get to go back and hang out with that guy. And I did. I got into contact with him through his Tumblr as we're on the way back to the hotel. And I'm like, hey, man, I missed the flight. Would you like to hang out? And so we start hanging out. I draw some stuff. And he's like, yeah, man, this was actually the high point of my entire weekend. These few days have been going bad for me. And you running off was almost like another bad thing that happened. But I'm so glad you were able to hang out, and it really made my whole weekend. So out of that flight, you know, getting, you know, us missing the flight and all that, I got to sit down with a guy in the lobby Sunday night into the con, and it was the best thing, because, you know, we just drew stuff together, chatted, and it was amazing. And then, you know, I caught the flight out Sunday. So moral of the story is, actually I caught the flight out Monday, so always get a Monday flight out, because the after con hangout is definitely worth it. I wanted to get back to work Monday, but I think next time I'll just have to go ahead and take that day anyway, because it's amazing being able to relax and just hang with somebody. All weekend I've been running back and forth. I ran into Cyril a few times. We can't talk. We can't hang out. I got to go make sure, okay, are we getting the instruments back to Guitar Center? Are we doing that stuff? I'm sure he's really busy. Don't even have any times for panels. I'm getting pulled in 5 different directions. And that's always how it is when you play at a con. I almost miss just going to a convention as a con goer, you know? It was so much more stress-free. So, yeah, that's my story. I got to hang out with a guy, you know, after the whole hubba bubble of BronyCon, and not really getting to enjoy it, because I'm so terrified, first of all, that I'm going to screw up the performance. And then next of all, you know, I'm like, we got to sell merch. That was the first year we had CDs. We got to stay down in the dealer's room. No time to hang out with anybody. We got to try to make money, you know, all that stuff. So I find, yes, we've got to have money. So I got to finally hang out, and that's the story. The flight itself was really uneventful. I just got back home, and now here I am on the show with you wonderful people.
Fun.
How did that work out with Guitar Center? Because I'm kind of invested since I loaned you guys my guitar.
All right, so we brought guitars and then returned them, basically, because they wouldn't let us rent electrics for whatever.
Yeah, I got the brief.
It wasn't super great, but hey, it worked out because we were able to do that.
You guys lose out on much when you returned it?
No, we didn't. I don't think so.
No, because Guitar Center. No, this happened to me once because I had to purchase a bass amp. That ended up not working out.
Right.
And like, I bought it, and it was like you had 60 days like to return it. Like literally, you had 2 months almost, or like 45 days to use it, and then bring it back if you didn't like it or something for full refund. It was even like day 46. I brought it in there, and he's like, "Yeah, this stuff happens all the time."
You're telling me we totally could have just done that for Forest keyboards?
Yes.
Oh my god! We were like desperately calling like Guitar Centers, and they're just like, nope, we don't go and rent out MIDI controllers, and we're just like, shit.
Well, it's kind of like renting, just with a heavy deposit.
Well, see. I don't know about MIDI stuff because typically those keyboards and stuff come in boxes, which makes it a lot more complicated. Whereas if you buy a guitar, you're literally just pulling the guitar out the rack.
Yeah, she was running MIDI off of the computer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she had some bitchin'
so
sound library.
So what you're saying is I need to buy that damn Airbus helicopter so that next year she forgets her keyboard, she'll just go back there and grab them.
Yes.
I did not like seeing Forrest that stressed out. It made me all sad inside.
You weren't the one with her all day either.
Well, I'm not, but that's what your job is.
I know.
Oh, dang. But yeah, I learned very quickly being a drummer. I got pretty quickly accustomed to how it is. At first I thought before I was really doing the musician stuff a lot, I was like, oh yeah, we'll just bring all our stuff around. I'm sure it's not that much. I'm sure it's great. Then I quickly learned about a few terms called like backline and airline baggage fees and all that stuff. And It's nuts, dude. As a drummer, you basically do not get to bring your stuff around unless you got that badass van.
Unless your
or
name is
bus
Woody.
or something. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So
Because Woody just, I have to go halfway across the country to perform something. I'm just going to take my truck and my drum kit and back.
Okay, so what kind of van are we looking at buying here?
Who needs a van?
I would like to get one of those.
Windowless, and it says candy or ice cream on the side.
Yeah.
I would like to get one of
There we
those. One of those old school band vans, like from like Steven Universe, the one that
Jeez, an old
guy has,
GMC.
and just
How about an old GMC van painted up like the A-Team van?
Yes.
and then just like paint it with like all the characters from the show on the side and all that stuff, and make it a
Just get the mystery machine, dude. That's all you need.
Yeah, go full on mystery machine. That's what
make
you
it
need.
So we're gonna get you the only VW bus in existence with like a Ferrari engine somehow hidden in it.
exactly like do a
Oh my God.
60s old school psychedelic pony van. That'd be great.
But can it cross the Atlantic Ocean?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
actually, there you go. Put a 327 in the back of it because I've seen that conversion done. And when someone asks, "Hey man, what's in that thing?" You just say lysergic acid diethylamide and take off.
No.
And-
All you have to do is buy one of those old like Scooby-Doo vans, and then all you have to do is just like go to the grocery store, pick up a pack of V8, put a can in the back. There you go. You're all set. That's how these things work, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, a VW bus will go across the ocean if you've ever heard the song C.W. McCall's "Round the World with a Rubber Duck."
And here I thought you were going to say Yellow Submarine, but
But they weren't in a VW van. They were in a Yellow Submarine. Also, I'm not a big fan of the Beatles.
Who knows what they were on and how much of it? They might have just thought it was a Yellow Submarine.
They were just in a giant banana.
But yeah,
Sure, we'll
so-
go with that.
Talking
Yeah.
about instruments on flights, British Airways is pretty cool with guitars anyway, because I've gone on free occasions now, incident free, no extra charge.
Oh yeah, guitarists
Throwing
actually
it
have
in.
like a thing where they can bring their instrument, you know, and I think it's
Doesn't
like no
apply to
extra
bass
charge.
players though.
Wait, what?
No, dude, basses are too big. I mean,
You're too
because like a normal guitar is like 27-inch scale length, whereas the bass is like 34-inch scale length. So it's just like, you know.
Wait, are you kidding me? For real?
Yeah.
That's messed up, man.
I mean, my Explorer is kind of angled at the bottom, and it just kind of barely fits in the other end. Not where
Cyril, what you need to get is what I'm actually planning on getting if our Guitar Center in Lincoln still has it. Like the next time I'm up there, they had a used rail bass. I was just like,
Rail bass.
yeah, it had like two metal rails and with the strings going parallel to them, and then you could actually move the pickups up and down the rails. And I'm just like, this thing looks so sick. Even if I like never learn to play the bass, I'm gonna buy this thing and like hang it up on my wall because it's obvious that the thing had been like rotated
Geddy
around
Lee
and
used
stuff.
to play one of those, so I mean,
Who did?
not Geddy Lee. He actually played a Steinberger, but it was a similar concept.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I
Here's
just
the
saw.
better question: Who are we getting the Jackson slide guitar? You know, the pedal guitar.
Oh,
I can't play pedal steel, dude.
Also, I've got our guitarist and singer next to me now, Galen. With me.
Hello.
oh wait, Galen's there. Hi, Galen.
Hey, Galen. I'm sorry we only ran into each other like on Sunday on the escalator.
I know. That's life.
Dude, I didn't know I got the whole Wonderbolts when I invited Rootmaster. That's crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah, we all
they're all
we all
local.
stay
They get to
together.
practice together and stuff.
That's one of I think the biggest things about it. I really love being able to practice whenever we need to. I can't imagine how it is for bands that gotta make sure they're all on their crap separately and then come together.
Cyril, could you
Cyril?
explain?
Yeah, well, Cyril, how about we get Forrest and Blue Nose and you and Steel on here and tell them all about how that goes.
I tried. None of them were available.
It's called super stressful all the time.
Except for one, because you always know Woody's gonna show up and know everything.
Yeah, that's true. He is pretty good. I mean, he's definitely pretty solid.
This is why I didn't mention him.
It was hilarious at Winnie City. Like I was chilling in the room with Woody, sitting on the couch watching cartoons, and everybody else was like practicing like mad. Me and Woody were just sitting here chilling, watching cartoons.
And I remember you guys asked me, "Would it be okay if we use the room because it's Thursday and before the concert?" Sure. I'm actually glad. I'm glad someone finally asked.
Oh my god!
Next time, just like tell whoever the musician liaison is. Hey, by the way, tell all your musicians if they want to practice in the room on Thursday after we get Audio World set up. Go ahead.
Yeah,
cool.
But
I need to make Tic Tac's life difficult.
But by the way, really quick, since we didn't get to them, because we still have Sidewinder and Creature to get through with travel stories.
Oh, shoot.
Sorry
Go.
about that.
So Sidewinder, how was your travels?
Oh, it was pretty bland. Except more like a second thank you, generally to Zeta and Rosie, who were kind enough to help me get out of the hotel because parking lot. My cards were locked because of transactions I'd made in Baltimore, and my phone was dead. So any authentication I was trying to put through was going to my dead phone.
Ooh.
Also, like a sticky situation.
Also, just really quick, I do have to say this was like Dead Phone Con 2017.
Yeah,
because Zeta's phone, his regular phone was dead, and he got a track phone, and he ran out of minutes. Forrest Rain's phone, the service got cut off like the day before the con. Sidewinder's phone died. Larsis, didn't your phone like die on the way back?
No.
I thought I saw something earlier like your phone was like 8% or something.
No, that was this morning.
Oh.
This morning was Wednesday.
So did anybody else's phone die over the?
Well, I mean, nah, man.
I do have to say it was fun because I got to be Forrest Rain's cell phone, so I got like a whole bunch of numbers of people, and my number given to a whole bunch of people. So like
right place at right time.
Hi, Cyril.
Yeah, guys, I just found that spare green room pass that I misplaced at the con. Oops.
For the second time.
It was in my Bose bag the whole time.
Oh my god. So
enough,
anyways,
despite my phone being British, my stuff actually worked pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of people don't charge their phone at con, and yet even in my most drunken moment, which would have been Sunday night after pickles, I still remember to put my damn phone on the charger before having to travel.
You were actually fairly cognitive that night.
No. I wasn't. I don't think you realize how plastered I was.
Let's put it this way. You're very good at playing off being cognitive, at least.
I know.
Larsis must be a lot like me, where it's like you've programmed yourself / have so much anxiety about certain things that even if you're blackout drunk, you get them taken care of before you go to sleep.
That's kind of like me, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's almost muscle memory at this point of my phone must be plugged in before I go to bed, or else my body just lays there and just, what did I forget?
Yeah. So
It's like an extension of yourself. It's just like, part of me is dying, help.
So really quick, sorry we interrupted and went on a rant during the middle of your thing, but Sidewinder, do you anything else about your trip since you drove?
Oh, no problem. I mean, it was mostly 8 hours of me. After they helped me get to an Apple store and they plugged it in, and it was a software issue, so didn't even need to get a replacement. Fantastic.
Yay. Sweet.
Yep.
There we go. Claps all around, everybody.
Yep. And then after that, I got to spend time with them, Lycan and Jesse, and then I left at about 5 p.m. and drove for 8 hours through the night.
Noise.
Oof, that's not my favorite thing to do.
I actually love it because it's 8 hours where I don't have something to do.
And less traffic.
Fair enough. It's generally called sleep, but that's fine.
I'm afraid I don't understand the concept.
So
what is this sleep?
sleep is for when you're dead.
Sleep
sounds
is for
kinda
like
scary.
when I have on my lunch break at work and I just collapse in the break room. But that's
Oh snap! That got real dark.
It sounds like me when I just.
the break room happens to actually be my bedroom, but that's because I work from home.
Hey,
But-
well, you can be like
I was
a
about to
coworker
say
and
it.
actually make a bed in the workplace.
Nice.
Dude, I'd be
And
down
since
with
he
that
spoke
because,
up,
like, I will tell you, if I'm on a project, a random sidebar, if I'm on a project, I will like work myself until I just fall asleep. So like, if I could just fall asleep at work, I'd probably be like the most productive person ever.
Isn't that how the Japanese typically roll?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it's
why
So-
there's suicide rates. So
So since
Oh,
you
man.
decided to speak up really quick, Creature, do you have anything to share about your travels?
Other than I probably had the easiest time out of anyone. Let's see. I got to the airport. I check in. I deal with a security threat that is dealt with in a half hour. I get on the flight, which was not that enjoyable, but it was manageable. And
It
then
didn't crash.
It didn't crash, so that was a good thing. It was just the pilot was a little bit less experienced than what I've dealt with before. No, but that was fine. I rushed down to the airport shuttle, only to miss it by like 10 minutes and find out that the next one's late.
Ooh.
So that's good.
Woof.
So my plan of getting home by about 8 or 8:30 pushed back to about 9.
That's reasonable.
Yeah,
That sounds
other than
reasonable.
that, absolutely nothing bad happened, except I was traveling for 10 hours straight. But it's better than actually going to Baltimore where it was 12 hours straight.
Yeah, oof, man. I
but
feel
that-
lucky. We just went on a 2-hour flight, really, from Houston.
oh yeah, I mean, I had a 2-hour drive.
Oh,
I just
My-
I was
You know-
very
you know who-
tired.
Do you know who
I
I
saw-
wish we could get on here? Who I wish we could get on here to answer how their trip home was? Emily from BronyCon staff there, because they live like 4 blocks away from the convention center.
Oh my god!
oh my goodness.
Wow, dude, their rent must be $1 billion.
So how was your trip home? Well, we decided to walk instead of drive this time.
Oh, so it took all of 10 minutes to get there.
Oh my
It
god!
takes about 4 hours for me to get to the relevant airport to then take the 6 to 8 hour flight to the Baltimore BWI. So.
Yeah, for me, it was about a 5.5-hour flight plus the waiting for the shuttle, plus an hour-and-a-half shuttle ride, plus another half-hour of driving.
But,
Meh.
by the way, for me, Bose headphones are dangerous on flights because I'll actually sleep through landing if I'm as tired as I was after BronyCon.
Okay,
Oh,
I was so tired when I was coming back for various reasons. I fell asleep right as soon as we started Taxi. I fell asleep and I didn't wake up till exactly like 2 or 3 seconds before touchdown. And like I woke up and I was just like, where I am? Poof! I'm on a plane.
By the way, I know one of the reasons you were tired because you had to be in the same room as Lycan's puns, and you couldn't just hop off of Discord to make them go away.
Both
Oh
my
my
landings
god!
were actually smooth as the pepper.
I believe the word that you're looking for is fuck.
Yes.
Oh snap! We're out of family friendly zone, guys. This
No,
is
no, no,
getting
we only
real.
had we only had one on the whole stream.
No, we can have one more before it goes very dark.
Awesome! Yes.
PG-13.
Yes. Don't waste it.
So speaking of things that were needing to be kept PG-13, I'm going to bring up because I did take some pictures and whatnot over the course of the convention, and while this ain't like the best thing to do it with, I'm just going to go and show them using Google Drive. So here is a picture of like the first thing I did at the con, which was the musicians panel. So sort of going from right to left in the picture. Let's see, my mouse cursor doesn't show up on here. But if you go from right to left, we have Rock and Brony. Then we have Cracking. say
Which
hi.
chat is this getting linked to?
Oh,
This is a great photo, Winchester.
It's a great photo that none of you guys can see.
I like the lighting. It's perfect. Did you get that guy from National Geographic to do this photo?
Well, one second. Let me share the folder with you guys because that would.
Why is the thing that stands out the book bag and the red pony? The exact dead center of the shot.
Okay.
Save. And also, I'm making this so that any of you guys can edit and add your own things in. Copy. And here.
Oh,
So-
snap. It's coming.
Dang that.
Oh, boy.
That photo.
Oh my
last-
god, that's bright. That one on my overhead screen, which is huge.
Oh.
Nice.
So anyways, here now it's on stream again. So anyways, we have going from left to right, we have Rockin' Brony. And then we have Cracking Laser, then we have Drummer Shy, then person who's covered up by horseback.
That's Jacob for Autovote. That's our bassist. And then the
Okay.
next one is Grisgorn. He plays keyboards. He's a keyboard wizard. I kind of bullied him into buying a Korg mini load to make weird synthesizer sounds. Then the next is our main man Musket on guitar, the one Galen on guitar as well, me on the drums, and then next is the Shake Ups. Forget their names.
It's Pat and I can't remember her name, but I know Patrick. 'cause I
Savannah.
talked to him all the time. Savannah. There we go.
Savannah, there we go. Oh god, they're gonna kill me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just like that you take time to carefully explain who you are and what you do, and the shake-ups.
Dude, but the shake-ups, dude, shake-ups, they need to get another drummer. I swear to Lord God Almighty.
Okay.
Their music, could you imagine, like, their mix was so super thin because they had this stupid backing track drummer, and
Well,
like if they had a real drummer pounding away in the skin.
I was
Dear
talking.
Woody.
Yeah, I was talking to Woody while he was back there. He's just like, "Oh my God, their drummer just canceled on them." Like, I jump up there right now and offer to play for them, but I don't know their stuff good enough. And so he might be going and like practicing up on some of their stuff for the future.
Hey, you make your own opportunities, man.
Yeah.
That's so rough because I've seen them with their drummer, and he is such a on-time, mechanical, tight, on-the-rails, choo-choo train drummer. They start the video, the pre-recorded video they have for the track, and they finish it on time. It's synced with the videos they usually have. You know, and it's a live drummer, and I'm like, geez, how can he keep the tempo so well?
God.
No click track in his in-ear monitors then.
No, he doesn't use a click at all. I
He
talked
does
to
not.
him at TrotCon. Yeah, he's just crazy. He's just fantastic.
They go, they hit the video, and then they start it, and it works. And I'm like,
It's
my
always the
goodness.
crazy good ones who hate traveling.
Yeah, because I know I tend to speed up immensely during songs. And
Oh,
I
you're
just,
one
I
of those
envy,
rusher guys.
What's that?
You-
Yes,
What's that?
Oh,
good
he's
guy-
definitely a rusher.
I envy those guys who can stay on time. So it would be nice if they had their guy with them.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite things about working with Drummer Shy. Just a quick shout out to my guy, because like that dude knew how to make sure things stayed locked down. I gotta tell you what. But he wasn't like a complete monster, because he would like take cues just in case we weren't like all together. So
Yeah, he's immense.
And he's local, so that's helpful.
yeah, it's like he's down the road, so it's like.
So
Yes.
so that's the first thing. Wood, I sent you some information. So yes. So that was sort of the first thing that's happened there, and I sort of did some of this stuff chronologically. So next, some stuff with me. This ain't the best picture, but I met up with Viva Reverie, and then Pymation's like photobombed in the back. So that was fun. And then we had set up a little renegade stage.
Yeah, and you need to turn your phone 90 degrees is what you need to do.
Yeah,
I did turn my phone 90 degrees, and this is what happened.
That's pretty funny.
That is like terrible, but
What? Hang on whilst I get up and flip my 40-inch.
Yeah, same with my 55.
But it's kind of funny now. They got the Renegade stage and it's been doing great. But I almost feel like now we need two. One for the acoustic guys and one for the DJs, you know?
I like your Renegade stage. I actually really do. To me, that's the whole point of a Renegade stage is you don't officially sanction it; just happens.
Yeah.
You need to take cues from Magfest and have a jam space. That's the next step. That's it.
Wait, does Magfest have something like that? Because
Magfest has a jam space, which is like fairly open, and there's also sheds. Well, they called it shed space. Now it's called Jam Clinic, where literally, like, it's all about, like, there's lessons half the time about how to jam, and like they have charts of all sorts of video game songs with lead sheets and shit. It's really cool.
That sounds excellent. Yeah, we definitely gotta. There's got to be something like that, man. On one of these horsey things. That sounds great.
But yeah, anyways, this sideways video is Steel Chords jamming out over on the Renegade, which was like right across from the other one. And then I have another one here. I think the other one might have actually been flat. Oh wait, no, it's still processing. Damn it.
Nice.
Oh well.
I think that may just be a fuck up.
But anyways,
Ciro, your recommendation about Jam Space, I just messaged the people who would be interested in that. So yay!
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
If
Yeah,
there was
sure.
a
Why not?
Renegade stage and a jam space, that would be just excellent.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, your typical hallway jams is something it happens at every con, whether or not you make a space for it. But to have a space for it, what I think would make the up and coming people, or the people who feel like maybe they aren't appreciated, they would make them feel much more appreciated.
well, in that way, if you're playing something that requires a little bit more setup, like most people can't walk around with a drum kit or an amplifier, or I mean, I know they make those like pocket, like clip-on amplifiers, but yes. Who just said hello?
Oh God, it's the Australian.
What?
No. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. What we need to do is when Lakin gets on here, you need because of Full Papers, you need to call him the Brit.
Yeah.
I refuse.
No. I'll tell you why after you get done telling your thing. Sorry for interrupting.
Go for it.
Okay, so Thursday night, Full Papers comes over and just says, "Hey, Lossus, you look like you could use a pint." And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "All right, hang with us." And so Dusty Full Papers and I went to the Holiday Inn bar and met up with a bunch of other people, and one of them listened to Lake and said, "You have the best British accent." And we all just start laughing our asses off because he's from Australia.
Oh.
And so what ended up happening is that Full Paper just said, "Yeah, you're the Brit from now on."
Yeah, that's a funny story in all ways.
I'm sure he'll absolutely enjoy that.
Oh, that's funny.
So just really quick, since we have basically like most of the bands that or basically everybody that I went and saw here. Really quick, let me just play a quick clip here that I took of the Wonderbolts concert the first night. I will warn you, I don't have like Larsus's audio recording abilities.
Oh no!
Even yeah,
that's gonna hurt.
Not.
Hurt.
Don't worry, the sound sounded bad, kind of in the first place.
No! I can't do it!
You will do this.
Hey, Winchester, are you using a freaking Tascam recorder to go with your phone from now on?
Oh my god, you totally should. And I don't know, apparently it's not playing anyways.
You brought one, I should have taken him up on him, just jammed it in your arms and said, "Winchester, here you go."
Right.
Which text chat is this going up
in? It should be all in the folder.
It's all in the drive folder.
Okay.
He's doing a drive thing. He's doing a Minority Report thing. He just slides it into the drive. I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. I hate listening to myself because I'm like, oh god, I'm a fraud.
I know someone who would drum it and handle it.
I used to play rock band back in the day, and nobody wanted to sing or drum, so I bought a badass stand. And I was like, let's go. Yes, absolutely.
So I needed to pause that.
So it's like, yeah.
I just want to sing usually.
I needed to pause that because actually I really like Wootmaster's like learning to drum story.
Full disclosure, not that it helped much, but I did Guitar Hero before I did actual guitar. So.
I'm just listening to the clip, and oh yeah, I'm literally at twice the speed. Oh my god, I get so nervous, man. It came out okay because everybody is basically keeping up. They're like,
hey, as long as we're all together, that's what's real important.
They're like, what are you doing, you idiot?
Actually, Larsus, can I ask one thing of you? Could you put your picture of head of house somewhere, please?
Oh god, I'm gonna stick that in the chat because I don't want that to get out.
Okay, that's fine.
So
what you're saying is you don't want me to put it on stream.
Exactly.
Okay, can I say what it is?
You can say what it's missing.
Okay, awesome.
So this was during the very beginning of Cyril's set where the room had pitchiness issues, mostly high pitchiness issues. And transience issues, and
like I was sitting there going like, this sounds terrible, and like Larson is just like 1 second.
Yeah, and I was gonna yell at their A1, and then I noticed something missing with their front of house.
And
just as I was going around to get up there and fix it, he comes back and I just yell, "Fix fucking 12K!"
Wait, so the guy was gone?
He was gone? What happened? I'm sorry, we zoned out to look at the clip and see if we cringed at ourselves. It came out pretty okay. So what's going down?
You explain it to someone who doesn't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so it's the audio guy.
So in a room where there's a concert being performed, there's a mixer. And if you have a live set, you generally want the guy operating it to be behind it.
Yes, okay, I understand that much. Yes. So he wasn't there. What was he doing? Was he taking a piss break?
I guess they didn't have an A2 to put behind it or something.
Did they set it and forget it? Is this a slap chop commercial? What the hell?
Not gonna lie, that explains.
I'll admit something. After I yelled at him and I went back up there, I just heard them fixing things, and within about 30 seconds or so, it sounded actually pretty damn good there. I got to say, they actually did a good job solving the slapback issues this year because, they put the curtain all the way around and they had that recessed area where they actually had front of house, so that wasn't actually all that bad. They didn't fix the ceiling transients because it's a concrete box and they're very hard unless you have rear arrays. And concrete floors, same story. So my thing where they've drastically improved is I can't just sit here and rail on them because they actually did a really good job with the equipment they had, and everything is just constructive criticism rather than, oh my god, I want to drown them in the river.
Right.
2 years ago.
Or last year, where it was so damn loud you could not stay in the concert area for more than like 10 minutes without going deaf.
Okay, so for noise heads, this is going to sound wrong, but they were maintaining 102 decibels in there, which is generally something I don't do.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, so I hope people had earplugs.
Oh,
they were providing them at the door.
You said this phrase a couple of times. Front of house.
Front of house. It's where all the audio and video equipment, for the most part, normally is.
And that's actually out in front of everything rather than backstage.
Isn't the
front of house what the audience hears?
The front of house is normally at the back of the audience,
or in the middle of it. But
yeah, one of those.
Isn't that what you define as the speakers?
Like in a theater setup, it's the little equipment box all the way at the back that's looking down at the stage.
Yeah, actually, that would be front of house in that setting. Yes.
Generally, in a prime place to listen to what the audience is going to be hearing from the big speakers, right?
Yeah, and that was the only problem I had with their front of house is I went back there and it shielded. Even during that point there where it sounded not so great there, it actually sounded pretty good because you had the drop ceiling and chairs there to absorb a lot of the transients. So it was just like it doesn't sound all that bad back here. But then you walk 12 feet forward and it's just I want to kill something.
See, and I got really confused because I haven't really looked into much of the sound setup at big events like this before, and I got really confused because I was going like, why the hell? Because they had a mixer right next to the stage. I was just like, why the hell did they put front of house at the front of the stage?
That's not front of house. That's actually a monitor mixer. Those are all the signal gets routed through there, so that they can mix the monitors right there, and people like Force Rain can just glare at the person running that mixer.
Yeah,
and then still not get monitors.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
A little more.
In terms of a musician's perspective, like people actually playing, for me, I get like 2 actual performances a year if I'm lucky, and BronyCon is just at such a level, it's so far beyond anything I usually play. It's like small clubs if I'm lucky, and it's really intimidating. So it's hard to get experience with that kind of setup and be prepared for it. It's just like it's sound engineers just glaring at me like, just what do you want? It's like I don't know. Help me.
Just gotta do the best you can, no matter the size of the stage.
Yeah,
that's what I always try to do.
I was up there last year, so it's just like each year I just hope to kind of get up another rung up the ladder, just hopefully be excellent at one point.
Yeah, it's always nice when you have a little bit more time for sound check too, because we got like 20 minutes, and we got a half an hour, and I really like to have, like, honestly, not just sound check but setup like 45 minutes. That way we can all get plugged in, make sure our tone's good, and then we can do it, and we don't have to like sit there cringing while the guys are trying to work out microphone resonance. But
yeah. I know one of the things that got me was the stage was so big I didn't know what to do. Like, I was like, okay, I can't just stand here at this microphone when I'm not singing. Where do I go? I guess I'll go over here. I guess I'll go over there.
You gotta move around. You gotta look at people. That's the thing. You gotta engage with the audience. You gotta run around. That's why I like doing the first song without bass on, so I can literally run around the stage and like bring everybody in.
You're welcome.
Yes, well, absolutely. Thank you, Cracking Laser, for playing bass for me.
Yes, indeed.
I just kind of pretend the audience isn't there. That's all.
Yeah, my glasses tend to slip off, and I don't see anybody. So I'm like, I'll just focus on hitting the snare. That should be the main focus.
And I was like stupidly happy because I actually made it like last year. I was like insanely excited because Flight Rush and Flightless managed to get me backstage during Bronypalooza, and I was like stupidly excited because I'm just like, oh my god, I'm here. And then I immediately clapped my hands over my ears because it was stupidly insanely loud.
Right.
And then this year it was just like, oh, so I was helping Forrest Rain like move her equipment around. So I like got to actually go up on stage during the concert and like help move stuff off the stage. And I'm just like, I can now say that I've been on stage.
Hey, baby.
So wait. So Winchester's a roadie.
Yes.
and a groupie.
Oh my.
And a freelance AV staffer.
Yeah.
Nice.
It really expedites things if you just kind of leech off on more popular musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Winchester, I'm just gonna for Starfest, I'm just gonna get you a backstage pass and just say, here, take this.
Okay, nice. That works. I'm also going to be talking to Rosie about the thing once stuff gets more settled. But yeah, so but yeah, that was really fun. And then I also have a couple videos of Cyril's set here.
Nice.
We can all cringe while watching these, so yes.
Actually, you cut like the 2 best sections.
Now it's your turn. Yes.
Well, no, I got real lucky because a dude actually captured my whole set and uploaded it like on Sunday. So I've listened to it a couple times now. I'm at peace.
Okay,
I'm at
that's good.
peace.
That's good. Yes,
Oh,
indeed.
oh,
By best, you mean the part that my guitar was dead for?
exactly. That's what made it the best.
I'm talking strictly about the presence of my vocals and or not. So
Yeah, also that's another thing. I should probably invest in
Oh, you guys are such a band. Wow. Yeah, watch this. So good.
Can't tell I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I'm never sarcastic about these things. Some things, yeah, but these things, yeah. Because, like, when we were...
And I just realized I was an idiot, and I showed both videos and like played them and stuff, and I didn't even bring them up on screen for people to watch.
You beefed it. Beefed it.
Good job.
Worst streamer 2017.
Soiled it.
Soiled it.
During that first clip of ours, you even kicked the cable, and when I'm up on stage in front of that fucking audience, my thought process is so bottlenecked. It's just like,
oh yeah. See, I forget. What do I do? And that's kind of my bad. I will public apology to Cracking Laser because I generally try to be a good band leader and like make sure things are in place so that newer folks don't need to worry. But this time I didn't, and so like what I should have done.
If we would agree to, if you waited for me to give you a thumbs up, like okay.
Well, no, we didn't have time for that.
So
once the set started, we didn't have time for that. But because we had it planned so tightly, I mean, we did 45 minutes on the nose from that recording as it was. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But what I should have had you do is make sure the guitar worked first.
Yeah.
And that would have been like you test your guitar first and then pick up the bass because the bass is relatively like that. I knew that setup because I made sure it was set up first.
So just really quick. Really quick, I'm really curious. So, Cracking, how can you stand to play guitar with all that stuff hanging off the end of the head?
I don't know. I don't feel the weight.
Okay, because like I had for a little while, like I just had like a little necklace or something off of it, and it was only hanging down like maybe an inch or so, and that would like drive me insane. For having, just having it hang there, and I'm just like.
Do you have a picture of how much is hanging there for reference?
I can show the if you look in the video.
That Explorer guitar, so it's like in the bucket.
So if you look on the video that is on stream now, you'll see because wasn't it like your convention badge and like some other stuff?
Yeah, there's the. One with this year's BronyCon badge, last year's BronyCon badge. I had another one with like custom badge, my OC on it and shit. But and two mini plushes of Chopper from One Piece, one post time skip, one pre time skip. So yeah, stuff.
Yeah,
nerd. Yeah. But yeah, I was just sitting there watching. I was going like, how can he stand to have that all flailing around and also the extra weight off?
Either.
I'm just curious. I'm watching the video here, and I see the confidence monitors. What was on those while you were on stage?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Actually,
But
I
most
think
of
it
the
just said
time
like
they had a-
BronyCon or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
most of the
I
time
didn't know they
had
were
wrap it up.
there. I didn't know that if
hold-
I knew they were there, I could have like given lyrics
Here.
to whomever, and that would have been fantastic. Because I messed up a couple of lyrics as it was.
Yeah, lyrics would have been great on those.
Hold up.
When I first saw him, I was like, hell yeah, but then like
Guys,
I
close
totally-
lyrics and or stage cams on the Confidence
We had-
monitors next year.
We had the cam. We had a the same as what was being shown on the side projectors. That was also on the one to the right when we played. The
Yeah, they
same
had
video.
a video of what was going on from the camera, so you could see yourself on the screen, right up there, which was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Audio makes it crew. Oh, gee. Oh man, is
Oh,
this art or a mistake?
but oh my god. But yeah, it did sound pretty good. I mean, that obviously it was a big concrete bunker just like last year,
Yeah.
so you had the issues with that, but I don't think they were going to go and pay to have the entire thing carpeted and then hang clouds from the ceiling.
Well, here at the Larsis Foundation, we're going to sound treat the room for BronyCon next year.
Also,
It's
you're
gonna cost us,
going
what,
to
$1 billion.
also you're going to provide the 30 grand to make it so you can run the mixer next year.
Yeah, I like
BronyCon,
Lars.
I will pay you to run.
I was like, if it was my original number that I thought you had told me, but I was like stupidly wrong. I was just like, you know what? Next year, I'm just gonna save back the money. And
Yeah, do me a favor and don't mention numbers on the stream, please.
Okay,
Here's a
Please.
casual big amount of money.
Yeah.
I won't.
Just because it might give people a heart.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, audio.
Yeah.
It's
So-
yeah.
so-
Don't look
so I'll
behind
give
the
you
curtain.
So I'll give you guys a ballpark on how much it costs for the AV rental. It costs somewhere between $5 and $500,000.
Between pocket change and a house.
Yes,
But yeah,
between
can we do that?
yeah.
So what does
Hey,
$5
yes.
get me?
Can we like
Uh,
recommend you to like
could do.
different cons and stuff?
Wait. I want to buy a spaceship on this budget.
$5 gets you a kick in the groin, actually.
Yeah, it does.
Yay!
Yeah, like you were saying, somewhere between chump change and Trump change.
Hey,
Oh,
it's gonna be huge,
Huge.
bigly huge.
So I'm guessing
Big
all the
McLarge.
employees get screwed out of their paychecks in order to pay for it. Then.
Oh, ow. Whoa, this took a dark turn quick.
That's
No,
rough.
no, if we're talking about Trump change, then that's typically how he rolls, right?
Fair enough.
Oh snap! It's getting dank in here.
Though I will say the convention center is all union as far as I know. So
Yeah, that is the problem. Is that they would love to have their staff run the gear, but they're required based on the rules of the convention center to have people who are union. So I need to join the union, is what you're saying.
oh my god.
Can I
So-
join the union without paying union dues?
What you got to do,
Unfortunately,
Lars, what you got to do is start a Patreon that's about this is to help Lars pay his union dues.
Oh my god.
help
That might
Larsus make
actually
you
work.
sound good. Pay his union dues.
Help Larsus to help BronyCon say screw the unions and just use their own labor.
Help us, help you, help us all. Perfect.
Yeah.
Sounds like a weird microcosm of U.S. history, and I'm not sure how I feel about it.
It's pretty great.
So wait, no, you open the GoFundMe for BronyCon to pay Larsus to pay them
BronyCon.
to not do their job.
Oh.
Is that what
This,
I'm?
this is
understanding?
getting to be like Ouroboros levels of money laundering here. So let's move on.
I don't think we're money laundering yet, are we?
I don't know. I got so confused in that chain
once-
of
Wait,
changing hands.
Wait. Are we making money back yet?
I
At a
once ran my
higher
wallet-
price than what we were putting in. At that point, we would be money laundering.
I once ran my wallet through the washing machine. Does that count as money laundering?
For the purposes of this discussion, yes.
Oh my-
Considering that this BronyCon, they didn't even break $35,000. It might be close. I don't know.
You talking about the charity auction?
Yeah. Or just all charity raised.
Hi there. I ran the charity auction, and I can honestly say that we did, but we didn't do it. But we didn't do it all completely on our own. We raised $34,000.07, and the number that they actually raised at the charity table of the actual charity that we were raising for was $1,517. So yes, we actually raised $35,000 over the course of the convention between us and them.
Oh,
That
that
wasn't the final figure back.
Is that the highest so far?
The final official figure is $34,000.07, and that is a record for BronyCon.
Nice. I like how the charity auction numbers keep going up. And the attendance numbers keep going down. So apparently fewer people but richer people are going to these.
You know what
but then again, Silver Slingers helped. That was like 5,500 for one of them.
I know. Bronypalooza didn't really feel like it decreased at all, even though there was allegedly an attendance.
The location was much better because it was like last year. It was pretty much off the beaten path. It was like, where the fuck is Bronypalooza?
Yeah, the only way. That's why they had it so loud, is you could find it.
That's right.
So one of the people, there's actually someone I know who won a charity auction item, and they got it for a number. And they told me later, because I didn't know that they were actually the ones to win it. And I was talking with them earlier today. They said, oh, yeah, once I found out it was that and it was signed by this person, my max became 10K.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Holy mother of...
Where are these people getting this money?
I could use
I
that.
don't know. I want to know.
I struggled to make like 500 total spending money during the week.
Like, what the hell, there?
Yeah, and I'm sitting here going like, I have like maybe a couple hundred.
So basically, I'm going to publicly say, as the charity lead to how many people do we have watching the stream? All 8 people watching right now, including myself. So all 7 people watching. Thank you if you were one of the people who bid, and even if you didn't, if you just considered us, came over, looked over, and said, "Oh my God, I can't afford that." I just thank you for noticing us.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent stuff.
Yes, I do have to say that, like, I was looking over like your stuff at the end, and I was just going like, I want some.
Oh my
of this.
God, silver slingers items, for example.
Oh my God, those were amazing.
Did all of you actually get to see what Silver Slinger donated?
I don't think I did. No.
2 pennants of 14 karat gold
so this
diamonds.
was his final year, and what he ended up trying to do was he decided to go out with a bang. And so weeks before the convention, I actually got an email from him where, and keep in mind, the items he donates generally range between $400 and $1,200 retail, actually appraised value, right? But whenever I get an email from him asking, what is the most you can write a charity receipt for? I'm just like, oh dear Christ, what are you planning?
Oh my God.
The answer is I can write it for as much as what you're donating is worth, but you can only claim up to 50% of your income on taxes as long as everything conforms to standards as put forth by the IRS. Blah blah blah. But so I get that email, and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to ramp up security. So we bought security cameras. Yeah, I was going to say, if you came by the charity booth and you looked up to your... I should have just had a Pinkie Pie sign that says, you're on candid camera, because I had a security cam there, and of course there's the other ones in the BCC itself and what have you. So I did that. I asked security if they could please have like one more route through there so that they just come back around one more time, just in case anyone touches anything, because these things were a Princess Luna pendant made of silver and white gold, where the moon part of the thing was fully encrusted in over 30 diamonds.
Oh my goodness!
And a rainbow dash pendant made of solid 14 karat yellow gold and 14 karat rose gold for the lightning bolt portion.
Rose gold.
And 14 karat white gold for the cloud portion, which was then encrusted with over 60 hand-set diamonds.
Oh my God.
Damn! I want to see a photo of this.
Silver Slinger's Twitter. I'll go find it really quick.
And
Is there a
And-
link to the stream?
Not yet. Hold on. Let me just look this thing up here.
Who's
Silver.
gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? We're gonna see the white gold, not cocaine, actual
That
white gold.
Yeah, you know, the other thing I gotta mention is that we had a small issue with our photographer on getting the images in, because I've actually got truly professional product photographs of these that I didn't get in time for the thing.
Okay, so here is the Rainbow Dash one that I found. Let me just really quick open it as it's on.
I'm gonna copy the link to the tweet, and I'm gonna go ahead and just post it in our chat here, so that our wonderful fellow streamers, using Winchester's term, can see the Rainbow Dash one.
Oh man!
Oh wow, that's very nice. Look at that. Yeah, I can see the different types of gold.
Yeah.
And here is the Luna one.
Hey, that's pretty. That's pretty great.
I actually like the Rainbow Dash.
Damn.
Came in his pack.
Wait, both of them sold for 5,500.
Yes, they did.
How did they manage to get them both the same?
That's what people bid on them.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah, how did they?
$11,000 just on two items.
How did my crew? Well, we pushed them as hard as we could, but that's honestly, the fact that we actually had a reserve on these, by the way, where we said that if they don't sell for over this amount, they're not sold, and we'll just try it again in a different way, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
And those were actually the appraised values of the items. So hold on, let me pull up a document here that that totally doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Pull up that doc. That
Pull it
doc I
up.
made up.
Yeah.
The doc.
Okay, there's the internal one.
Snap.
So the appraised values of, come on Google, work with me please.
Google.
God damn it, Google. But in any case, the Luna diamond necklace was not going to sell for less than $1,367,
Oh,
and
wow.
the Rainbow Dash one wasn't going to sell for less than $3,200.
Oh,
Jesus.
$3,000.
Yeah, and also the other story on this is that for the Rainbow Dash pendant, he and I'm gonna quote him on this. Just the cost of materials to make that thing cost him all of his profits from ShotCon and then some.
Oh,
my
wow.
God. Wow. That's too much, man.
And
There comes a time when
that's
you have
at
to say
cost.
stop.
And that's at cost too, because he works at a jewelry store probably.
Yeah. So it's his dad's jewelry business. He's awesome,
Oh.
and whenever he sent me an email on that asking for the stuff there, I usually start off an email. I thank the person because I'm actually genuinely thankful that they're considering us at all. But then I was realized this is Silver Slinger, and I just get like 2 paragraphs typed, and I looked at it, and I just like, I can't send that. That looks like gushing. It's just. I'm really happy to be working with him, but damn it, I can't send him 2 paragraphs of "Oh my God, you're amazing! I love all your stuff." So I just erased it all. Go with 3 sentences of thanking him, and then just link all the IRS information. And it's just done.
So just by the way, so that people know, yes, this was Silver Slinger's last, at least, horse convention. I don't know if he's doing any others.
His last convention, period.
Okay, so this is his last convention. He is not leaving the fandom, etc., etc. I actually talked to him about this.
Yeah,
he
he's
is
not
leaving
the
his
fandom.
He is leaving his online store open, so you can still purchase stuff. Some things were convention exclusives, like the lighters and stuff, because Zippo got really mad when he was selling them online.
Yeah.
But yeah, some things were convention exclusives, but you can still get a lot of his merch online, still at his online Etsy shop and whatnot. So make sure to check him out.
Yeah.
I still say he's the best jewelry maker in the fandom.
Yes. So if you want a Zippo, you have to get someone that's going to a con that is selling that stuff.
Yeah, or I guess if you go to his shop, you might be able to talk him into it. I don't know, but
just not online, just in person.
Yep. And I think they sold out of all the Zippos by the end of the con, because those normally go pretty quick.
there you go. There is the list of everything that was in the auction and how much it went for.
Wow.
Yeah, Winchester, you can go ahead and link that places if you want.
Okay.
That's the public inventory.
Yep, that is the public list that has been vetted to be able to be viewed by everyone. I like I especially like the line item right above the grand total there.
Vinny at the docks on the down low.
Man, this is good stuff. It's good stuff. I
Yeah.
feel
It's
it.
existential aid.
Yeah.
Hey,
So that.
Want to mention your ButtCon official bundle? The best
Oh, yes.
item.
Yeah. So that was a custom, one of a kind, embossed Hugo Boss bag.
Oh, I see.
That also contained all of the stuff from Buck that's from their official merch stock.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
I
My
was at
goodness.
that convention, though.
Did some stuff not get sold?
Let me check the sheet that doesn't exist real fast.
That inventory sheet is missing Imgur links to see what was sold.
Well, see,
Yeah,
I'm
like I said, I'm waiting on those. Glitch, get me those frickin' photos, please.
Ah.
Let's see. Let's see. Things that didn't sell. There was a BronyCon Toronto poster, because there is no BronyCon Toronto, and no one's allowed to actually use our logo without our permission, so we couldn't actually put that in. There was a copy of The Legend of Spyro: The Eternal Night for the PS2, signed by a lot of people, and I didn't put it in because I didn't recognize any of the people and didn't know what they went for that.
Craigslist.
So if you're the person who donated that, I'm sorry. We have it in our storage if you would like it back. If you happen to be one of the 3 or 4 people who are actually tuned into the stream, that's amazing, first of all.
Everybody work I'm gonna have all you guys on for the next 3 or 4 streams, and you guys this is the thing about being here. You guys have to go and use your guys' influence to go and get the name of the show out there.
That's right, Winchester. You ride those coattails.
Influence. I don't know about influence. I just peddle spicy memes on Twitter. That's pretty much it.
I'm pretty sure my following is a fraction of whatever the show.
And the final thing that didn't sell in the sheet that doesn't exist here is inventory number 12345. It was never assigned a lot number, which is a 1970 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray in immaculate condition with an LS5 V8 that has been tuned to 450 horsepower, donated by former Apollo 13 astronaut Ken Mattingly.
What?
And why?
I'm pretty sure your Goldfish won that.
Sold to Jay Leno for $4.25 million.
Oh my goodness.
So it wasn't even okay. So I was just curious because a lot of these BronyCon plushies, 14 value 250, closing bid there is none. BronyCon Palooza signed posters.
Okay, so if you look on the right side, it shows that they're part of lot number 1, 1, and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because that means that they're part of the same lot. So I only included the closing bid for the entire lot. Here, I'll go ahead and make that a little bit easier to understand. Watch this. I'm just going to go ahead and merge those cells.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
cells
that
are getting
makes
merged.
sense.
They're getting merged before my eyes.
Cells getting merged, absorbing the androids.
Things are happening, and I'm not sure I like it.
Don't
No,
worry.
DBZ reference? No?
That's
Okay.
just.
How did you get
Spreadsheet.
By the way,
At
just
their
so you know,
best.
you're watching me do AV work because I'm just fixing things before people truly and utterly notice them.
Yeah. Unless you're also an AV, and then you notice some things right before.
And then
you
I
fix
say,
them.
and then I say, shut your face.
Hey, Larsus, did you shut up?
No.
He didn't.
Hey,
do it.
Larsus, can you adjust this frequency?
Wait.
No.
Actually, what happened to lot number 21, the Transformers figure?
Okay, so that was not actually part of our auction, and we didn't handle that money. That was specifically for the Brony Thank You Fund, who'd been sitting on that for 2 or 3 years, and I was like, I I felt really bad last year whenever I had to tell you guys no. So yeah, just come on up.
Yeah. Awesome. But yeah, you guys had some really cool stuff. Like I didn't even go to it because everybody talked me into going to Lycan's panel instead. So I was over there.
Hey, even Lycan was there until he had to go to his panel. Okay, Winchester, you've got no excuses.
But actually, yes, I do, because I was acting as Forrest's cell phone for the entire convention. So I had to stick with her wherever she went. Yeah, pretty lucrative job. Yeah, sitting there in her vehicle, just like texting Cyril. Yep, we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it.
No, it was fine. Like, I mean, it sucks, obviously, but
yeah. So I was going like, okay. And then it was hilarious because she was just like, oh, I need to go get my vehicle out. Winchester, I need her phone so I can get my car out of the garage.
Nice.
But
I like
yeah.
this picture, by the way, too. This is very exquisite. No, I like
yes.
this.
That's what's needed on every head of house.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. So, at Everfree, I got tired of people coming up and asking, "Do you know what all those faders and knobs do?" No.
And didn't at either Winnie City or Ciderfest, didn't Tic Tac have one on the back of his computer monitor?
Yes, he pioneered the no sign, and I'm carrying the tradition. Wherever he and I are working AV, there will always be a no sign.
What you guys should do is just each have your own, and then when somebody comes up to ask you, just point at each other's sign.
I'd consult the lighting guy.
I consult the lighting guy. I consult the audio guy.
That's pretty great.
Oh.
That's pretty great.
But yes, so...
But as great as the charity auction was and all that, I fell in love with your guys' set. There's actually a black and white photo of Cyril on stage there, where Fizz is one of our con photographers, and he actually showed it to Cyril. And Cyril's line was, "I want to have my babies."
Yes. That's right.
Okay.
Oh my God! What?
Dude, Fizz and I go way back. It's cool.
No.
Wait.
That wasn't the
second.
issue.
Dude, don't question my ability to asexually reproduce,
Yeah,
okay?
the anatomical, biological, and spiritual, moral, existential questions raised.
Do you have any more adjectives?
It is simply a desire. That does not mean it's feasible.
That was pretty great, though. That's pretty great. It must have been a good picture.
Hey, if
It was-
Schwarzenegger
first
can
of all-
get pregnant, anything's possible.
Has that picture been posted yet?
No, I don't think so. First of all,
No.
it was a good picture. Secondly, I can't believe I missed it twice. I don't even realize I said it then.
Anyway, I don't mean to cut anyone off, but I have to get going.
Okay.
Oh, no, you gotta go. Dark
Well-
Reach
Sorry,
out.
work's gonna call me in really early tomorrow. So I can
Okay.
Okay, go
Well,
to sleep.
anyways, creature shoutouts.
Yeah, shout outs to everyone I met at BronyCon and everyone here. You guys are great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yay.
And thank you, creature, for being there. It was awesome to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you too.
All right, get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah.
We didn't like him anyways.
Got him. Got him.
Does anyone,
Roasted.
can anyone throw a link to the stream in the chat?
Oh,
Dab on the haters.
Yeah, it was in the chat earlier. It's easily findable in the announcements, or Winchester put it there. Yeah.
and Cyril did also.
It's the
Zipperonishow.net.
Yeah. TheBronyShow.net.
Not
It's the BronyShow.xxx.
Not .com, because that takes you to, or it did take you to Bronyville. I'm not.
Yeah, back in the day.
Are they still around?
PBS.
Not
Are they?
really, no.
Also, fun
They
fact
don't
for
do the podcast anymore.
fun fact for people that didn't know. I believe at this point, the Brony Show was not only like the first or one of the first Brony podcasts and networks, etc., but it is also now the longest running
Oh.
So
Wow,
yeah,
hey, there you go. Everybody.
because it is one of the few that is still alive.
Gotta be alive.
I don't see my picture on the screen.
I don't have your picture to put on. The only reason I had Cyril's is because I worked for EOH for like almost 3/4 of a year.
Don't worry about it. It's just because I got my junk all up in everybody's business all the time back in the day.
That's true.
Actually, I noticed my picture's not on there either.
Okay, yeah, that's an issue. I'm sorry. Just like, oh wait, Lars.
That's because you were setting up the things before Larsa showed up, right?
Yeah, that is true. Also, so fun fact. So I was sitting here dinking around trying to get, or I got into call when only CMC and Cyril were here, and I could not figure out for the life of me why my mixer wouldn't turn on, because that's what I run my microphone through. And finally, it hit me. I still had my mixer plugged into this one UPS, and the UPS was turned off. So I just turned around, poke button, it beeped at me. Okay, we're good now.
It helps if you turn the on button.
So, do you mean UBS?
No, UPS, uninterruptible power supply.
Okay. For a moment, I thought you were trying to ship something.
Nope.
Yeah, saying USB horribly wrong.
I ship whole
I was gonna say, Winchester, this is where I just come on and say, have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
No, because I only had to turn it on. Actually, no, that's Sidewinder's job. Right, Sidewinder?
Yes.
So wait, you're saying that Sidewinder turns you on?
Hey!
Oh man,
that's pretty good.
On the next episode of Winchester as the World Turns Wednesdays.
Oh my god. So seeing as we've lost any semblance of what we started out here, would any of you guys be willing to come back next week and do a fanfic reading?
No.
Too bad, Larsis, you signed a contract.
God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, let me see how this weekend goes, but I'll post up yet. I'm not gonna promise anything right now because that's basically
I'm wanting to know if people are interested, so I know who to like reach out to.
Oh yeah, reach out to me. Oh, fan fiction, always reach out to me. I can't say yes all the time, but touch me, baby.
Okay.
Cyril, we're just gonna get you to read.
It takes a villain.
We're just gonna get you to read Princess Luna's parts, okay, Cyril?
Nice.
Yes.
Yes, you can talk all about fiscally responsible Luna.
She paid her debt, okay?
Yes, she did.
So really quick, so other people
this week or this next reading.
So other people who get
Luna bosses always pay their debts.
We do have Soren.
So other people who don't who don't or who aren't on my contact list yet, but would any of you be interested possibly?
Interested in what? I zoned out again. I was dabbing.
Would you be interested in coming on and reading fanfiction reading at about the same time on Wednesdays?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Yeah.
Awesome. What about your counterpart that is also with you in the room, or was at least?
It's possible. It depends on the content of said fan fiction. There are some things that I would not necessarily be comfortable with reading out loud.
We don't do lewds.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, there was just the one that was almost lewd. But
oh my god! And I felt so bad because that was the one.
So funny.
No, it was terrible because that was the one time that I had Fritzy in, and I scared him off.
Wait, we are talking about that Super Spy one where there was that
the spy one. Where
Oh wait, no, I was thinking of the one way back. Oh god.
Oh no, I was thinking of the spy one where.
What one are you thinking about?
I was thinking the one when we were back in the one that still isn't finished that I still check up on.
Oh yeah, there could have been some in that, but
yeah, it's
so long. That one's
playing with my heart. because like I just got done telling Fritzy just like, oh, this is so nice, or this is so clean and everything. You could read it to your grandma, and then like not only did it have swearing in it, but he had to read that, and he was in he was at like his like family. He was at a relative's house.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And I'm just like, oh my god, I feel so absolutely terrible right now. And then he hasn't been on since, and I'm pretty sure I scared him away.
You beefed it.
Yeah.
Beefed it super
See, when
hard.
I want to read fan fiction, if I'm willing to expect everything.
Yeah. Well, but then again, you had a silly show, so.
That's true. I had a silly show that we read some terrible, terrible fan fiction, like Bob and Bob.
Oh
Sarah,
my
did I
god!
ever tell you
I'm interested and want to hear this now.
Did I ever tell you about what I was supposed to do the final year of Ciderfest? Except my flight landed after the panel was supposed to go on.
No.
There was a panel called Shitfic, and what it was supposed to be is that they gave all the attendees half an hour to write whatever fic they wanted.
Ooh.
Oh my.
And then they were supposed to hand it to me, and I was supposed to sit there and attempt to read it in my most neutral PBS voice I possibly could.
Oh my god! So wait, Larsus, were you there for the custard?
Yes.
That was the best single like set of lines I've ever.
Yes, because I was the one who recommended the damn fic.
Oh yeah, you were. Oh my god, that was amazing.
That was the entire room. The entire.
It just broke. Okay, so for those of you who don't, so for those of you who have no clue what we're talking about, there's this fic called "Whom the Princesses Would Destroy."
1 second, let me just bring it and find the lines.
And you guys need to read it, whether or not you read pony fic or not. Just read this damn thing.
I see. I will take this recommendation.
Yes, if you like The West Wing at all, this is right up your alley. If not, make The West Wing up your alley.
Wow.
Make The West Wing up yours.
I don't know how
ad campaign.
Yeah, man, I miss the '90s sometimes.
And with that fic name, I thought, hey, is Twilight going to be talking a lot? And then I found out that no, I wasn't going to be talking a lot those weeks.
Yes, there was one. There were like 6 lines in the final chapter.
Just weird.
That's pretty great.
Oh my god.
So, have you found the lines?
What was that after Trixie Sparkle or before?
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't worry about it right now because we don't want to bore everyone.
It might have been after Trixie Sparkle. If not, it was just before that.
Yeah, but anyways, it was absolutely stupidly amazing.
We could ask everyone truly important questions like, Wootmaster, what is your opinion on erotic Star Trek fan fiction?
Ooh.
I'm not really into any of that unless it's got
good answer.
Hosts. Unless it's got hosts. That's what I need. Now you all know. Everybody.
Well,
favorite... Now...
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I was just gonna say, like, one of my favorite fan fiction writers was a guy called D.G.D. Davidson, and he did like all these sorts of things that would bring in canon from the first generation and mix it in, and it was all pretty cool. Like,
wait. Was he the one that brought us the Megan?
Yes, that is yes.
Yes.
He's the one.
I know exactly who, and I agree with you.
A magical demon slayer groom some ponies is so good.
I need some links so that I can read through these.
History Repeats, I think is what it's called.
So if I just search fanfic, I should find it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's been a while since I got on here.
He was writing his own magical girl light novel as well.
My Little Planeswalker has
History
gore.
Repeats by Bookish Delight.
My Little Planeswalker. Oh boy, tap that mana.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I'm,
one
I'm
I
just
was-
looking at. I'm just looking at their feature, Luna's Cuddle Dungeon. Okay, okay, featured box. Okay.
Luna's Cuddle Dungeon.
So
Come
yes, I
down
do want
and-
bookish delight for this.
Let's see. Chrysalis's first sleepover. Comedy slice of life. Chrysalis attends Twilight's sleepover party for the first time. Sex.
Sex.
That's wow. That's so on the nose. There's no subtlety.
I like
just,
that.
Yeah.
The
See, I
subtlety is amazing.
I can
I
get
know.
behind that. I can definitely get behind that.
No
Let's-
need for
let's-
BS when you have sex.
Exactly. Like, let me know what I'm getting into. Like, I don't care about story or structure or character dynamics.
I
Do
just
they
care
bang?
about 7 minutes
Do
in
they
heaven?
smash? Do they smash super hard?
Wow, 7 minutes.
Cut to the actions, dude.
Please.
We
You're
don't
wasting
need-
my time.
Let's see. The Rock and the Gulch. Comedy, crossover, science fiction, and slice of life. Maud is raised by Church and Blue Team in Blood Gulch and beyond.
I don't even know how to
Other-
respond.
Other and Mod Pie. Okay, that's
Wait, other M mod pie?
no, Other and Mod Pie.
okay.
Because
Yeah, I was thinking Metroid Mod Pie.
yeah, well, I was gonna say because they have the so they have the major tags at the top there, and then they have other tags at the end of the description. That's where the sex came from on the other one.
I feel that.
So I found it and then I chopped it and put it into its own doc.
Um,
But
let's
oh
see.
my god.
Hey, Winchester.
Yes.
The best section of reading.
There's my character. You can throw that on the screen now.
Where did you put? Oh, the
It's in
Dropbox
the chat.
thing. Awesome.
It is transparent.
Oh right, this was just those. Who was reading those two characters that day?
Hi. I was the guard, I believe.
Yes. You tried to do your very best British accent, but your Nebraska was shining.
My
through.
very best British accent, but my Nebraska was showing, and I read ahead, and I was dying.
You tried your
Yeah.
best.
I worked so hard, got so
quite
far, but in the end,
Yeah.
it didn't even matter.
And I got to be dotted line because, of course, I would take dotted line in that particular story because I really like Leo from The West Wing, and that's who he reminds me of.
And wasn't Forrest
custard.
narrating?
Cyril,
Hey, what?
are you wanking your guitar right now?
Yes.
Maybe. Oops. Crap.
Yeah.
My noise gate's
so-
pretty good, but yeah.
Oh man, I got to remote in and troubleshoot someone's ASIO stack. There's a reason why I'm really liking using Mac OS for that sort of stuff. I just don't have to do that ever.
Cool. So this is interesting. So am I supposed to read this? I don't know what's going on with.
No, that's just for your perusal.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, I guess we could read it really quick and end off stream afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh god, oh god, you're gonna make me narrate, aren't you? Oh god. Oh god.
Alrighty, so just really quick.
Well, if you'd like, I
Larsus,
could try and narrate. I'd fail at it.
one second,
could
let
also
me
narrate.
find. Oh wait, I wouldn't have that shit.
No,
I may not
actually,
have it.
I kind of want to hear Cyril play the card. If I'm honest.
Oh, you want me to play the guard? Oh God.
Okay, so I'll take dotted, and who wants
No,
Swift?
I'll take dotted.
Okay,
won't
you're
make it freaking
dotted.
Dotted.
What am I going to do then? Narrator?
Yeah, why not? You haven't narrated anything. I haven't heard you narrate anything before.
Yeah, because on every stream that I've had you on for, I've had you narrate because you're a better narrator
Yeah.
than me.
Well, fine, freaking narrate.
So who wants Swiftwing?
Swiftwing.
So
Oh,
is
wait.
Swiftwing the guard.
Oh wait, no, that's the
Swiftwing's
guard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
guess
think
was-
it's just Swiftwing, dotted line, and the narrator.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We got that figured out.
Alrighty. so we're still doing a fan fiction this week, a section of it. So, anyways, I have titled this the best section of reading ever. It's an excerpt of the beginning of Chapter 2 from Whom the Princesses Would Destroy. Chapter 2. 1 hour, 6 minutes after the Civil Service status meeting, Dotted was standing in front of the library tower that was once the home of Twilight Sparkle. To his right was Leafy Salad, to his left, a castle guard. All three of them wore identical expressions of mute horror. There was goop on the ground. There was goop on the walls. There was even goop hanging from the ceiling in thick, ropey strands. Yellow, viscous, and slimy looking, it gleamed greasily in the early morning light. Occasionally, a bit fell off and landed on the ground with a wet sloshing sound. This would invariably make all the three ponies wince. It wasn't the suddenness of the sound. You could see the drop coming from a mile away. It's just that when you heard the disturbingly organic slithering sound of it landing on the ground, you were suddenly quite sure you never wanted to hear it again. Dotted reached out with his telekinesis and grabbed a scoop of the sticky gunk. He brought it next to his nose and sniffed, carefully. He sniffed again, risking a deeper breath, then with great care he popped a speck of it into his mouth.
It's custard, with just a hint of vanilla, which leads me rather neatly to my next question. Why is the erstwhile home of Princess Celestia's very favorite student covered in 4 feet of custard, with a hint of vanilla?
The guard winced.
Target of opportunity in royal food fight, my lord. As I understand it, Princess Luna developed a new and exciting spell for the generation and deployment of weaponized custard in, bulk. It was somewhat more successful than initially predicted.
Dotted's eyes narrowed.
Apparently. Are you new here, Corporal?
Yes, my lord. Just transferred from Las Vegas.
Well, in that case, I might as well take the time to tell you, I'm not your lord. I'm not any pony's lord, grace or honor, for that matter.
The guard's pony regarded him with a flat, expressionless stare. You could tell he was thinking about this, and Dotted's estimation of him shot up a notch or two. Say what you will about shining armor, but you certainly got a better class of guard these days. A lot less grunt and a lot more thought. Dotted approved, partly because of his own beliefs, and partly because he knew this sort of change infuriated the more reactionary sort of noble. After a while, the guard's pony replied.
Very well. How may I address you?
Despite the mess, and despite himself, Dotted grinned.
The name's Dotted Line, or you could try Dotted, or Line, or Sir, if you're feeling especially deferential. How shall I address you?
My name is Swiftwing, sir.
Capital, Swiftwing. Glad to meet you. Now that we've got protocol out of the way, let's get back to the matter at Hoof. I estimate that, if pressed, and we are, we could get the tower decustarded by tomorrow. Is the damage bad inside? Just please don't tell me it's full of custard.
Dotted gave the dripping walls a once-over.
Oh no, sir. There's no custard in there.
Good, good.
Wouldn't be room.
Dotted's smile didn't so much disappear as drained from his face.
What do you mean, wouldn't be room?
The jam, sir.
Jam?
Yes, sir. It's full of jam, sir. Gooseberry, sir.
There was a long, drawn-out silence. Dotted looked expectant, and Swiftwing responded with a sort of expressionless impassivity that must be lesson 0 in the Royal Guard training program. Leafy, who had missed breakfast today, had long since managed to worm one of the windows open and was now experimenting with adding the custard to the jam. He had that rare, blissful look of a pony whose lot in life could only be improved with the addition of scone. Finally, Dotted just couldn't stand it anymore and, with commendable self-control, asked,
Why is the tower filled with gooseberry jam?
Well, sir, Her Highness Princess Celestia beheld the custard onslaught, and, sir, and yea, verily, did she summon the ancient powers of Alicone kind. My God.
Was that not the single best thing you've ever read?
That's so great. I love that line.
The jam, sir.
Yeah, that line right there. What do you mean wouldn't be wrong? And it's just like there's a silence. The jam, sir. It's like a horror movie. You know what I'm saying? It's like something is broken containment, and they're in the government building, and they're considering the nuke option. You know what I'm saying? They're all gathered around the table. And
the jam.
You know, yeah.
Send in the jam.
Like that scene in every movie, right, where the president's like, "Oh yeah, we have this sort of plan for this sort of happening," and then all the people just kind of stare at him uncomfortably because they know, and somebody has to tell him that his plans are about to be for nothing. And one guy, one intern, sacrifices himself, goes up to the president. The jam, sir. It's so great. That's such a great line. I really like this piece.
No, there's a reason why this entire story is probably one of my top 3 fan fictions I've ever read in any fandom.
Yeah,
that's great.
Honestly, like in like a year or two down the road, I might have to bring this back and we might have to read it again. Because this was just
and no offense to your guard, because you did a good job playing it. Can we get Cyril to do it?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Damn.
I don't even remember how good I did as the guard last
line there.
The jam, sir.
As he tries to describe it as an actual fight occurring.
And ye verily did she
And
summon
yea,
me.
verily.
And yea, verily, did she summon the powers of eloquent kind.
It's so great. It's really great.
That is funny. I'm gonna have to just read that recreationally because it seems ridiculous.
Oh
I've
my
not read a fan
god.
fiction in a long time.
Yeah.
Well, Cyril, how good is your Greek?
4.
Good. There's actually a follow-up fiction of this called Oberter Dicta, which is a whole series of stories there, and there's a scene where half the lines are in Greek and Russian, and actually written out in Cyrillic.
Oh god.
I mean, I appreciate the Cyrillic part, but
I get it.
haha.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was really bad.
You haven't seen anything yet. I don't have anything right this second, but like you will see worse, I promise.
Oh my god. And like next it goes on just like, as I understand it, her quarters before being assigned to this tower. If anyone asks, the tower is being remodeled because the floor is unsafe. Swiftwing, you want us to lie, sir? Not a lie, the floor is unsafe. Only because it's under several feet of jam, sir. Details, Swiftwing, details.
Am I the only one who didn't expect it to be custom?
Oh my god. Actually, originally, no. But
You've got a dirty mind. Dirty mind.
oh my god.
What did they feed you over across the pond?
Yeah.
Anyways, oh
There
god.
was no hint that it was food substance within the text that was there.
You have to have faith in mankind sometimes, and clearly you've lost all of that.
I do not read recreation.
I told you that we do not read lewds on here unless it happens to pop up in the middle of a reading. That I didn't
Fritzy's
realize.
on.
Yeah, we try to scan through it beforehand, make sure everything's nice and safe, and then there's just those few scenes that just catch you off guard because you didn't scan over that.
No. You specifically planned them for when Fritzy's on, because you can just picture him getting flustered on the other end.
No, because then he won't show up again, like what we're currently at.
That's pretty funny. It's not funny, but it's pretty funny.
like it's pretty funny that happened, but I don't have enough time to make it be funny because I just like Fritzy. I'm sorry.
I laugh at pain. It's pretty great.
Schadenfreude.
It's pretty great.
What was that phrase we always used to use on other programs? Friendship is insults.
Yeah. Friendship is insults. Oh wait, we're gonna get like a takedown notice or something from Elements of Harmony now.
You know, Winchester, just thinking about it, I haven't talked to Fritzy in a very long time. I wonder if I can meet him again in the sense of, like, he'll completely forget about my existence again for a third time. That'd be great. You don't know how awesome it is when somebody doesn't remember you, but you already know about them. So it's like you can just pretend like you're meeting them again and stuff, and it's just like it's so much fun. It's invigorating.
And then you can nerd out about trains with him.
I sense a little bit of anger there. I sense some darkness.
Oh no! I love it. It's great.
Salt.
Like no. It's legitimately fun because like you already know all of their answers. So like all that awkwardness of meeting someone for the first time gone. You don't have to deal with it at all. It's all on them.
Oh,
it's fun. Yeah.
And once you get through all of that awkwardness, you can start nerding out about trains and stuff, right?
Oh yeah. Well, no, I don't have to deal with the awkwardness. That's the best part. It's like, haha, I already know the answer.
He has to deal with the awkwardness, but then when he remembers who you are, because if I remember right, he was also a train nerd.
See,
to some extent, yeah. He
so,
was.
wait, hold on. You're in the trains. Coal dust. I get it. I get it.
I was really worried for a second you were going to be like, I really like trains and things too. And I'm going to be like, okay, so you two go off on your separate thing.
No, I get the name now. It's great.
Also, do you now understand the conductor's hat?
I don't think he saw me at all in the conductor's hat.
I didn't see the conductor's hat. No, that would have been a big one.
He was wearing a conductor's hat around the entire convention with a unicorn horn on it.
Yeah.
So funny.
Also, somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, nice JoJo reference," in reference to JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, which I haven't seen.
I was just
confused.
Wait, were you wearing the Josuke hat?
No, I was wearing the standard North American railroad conductor's hat. The only difference was it was missing the plate that usually had whatever position they were on the railway, be it like a porter or
conductor.
Conductor, agents, or whatever.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I've also been told, "Hey, nice cosplay," even though I legitimately wear that hat every day in real life. I'm a fucking nerd.
You're cosplaying your real life self.
Apparently.
But
too great at it. I've got lots of practice.
By the way, just really quick, Sidewinder, could you please bring my sunglasses to Cider Fast?
Sure. Yeah, I noticed them there on my drive home, and I went, "Oh crap."
Hey, Coldust.
Yes.
What's your favorite steam train?
Oh gosh, that's actually a tricky one because I kind of focus mostly on like the first gen diesel era in the United States. Although if I had to choose, United States, I like Forney type locomotives, which is basically where like the tender and the rest of the engine is all on one frame. There were some pretty neat looking little tiny ones. So I guess just to generalize, I like the tiny ones. They're fun.
Oh, that's cool because I like the ones that are like 150 feet long.
So what you're saying is you like the Challenger locomotive that's in my backyard.
The Union Pacific.
Yes. But by the way, just in case y'all didn't know, I live in North Platte, Nebraska, which is home to the world's largest rail yard.
I'm from like nowhere, Vermont, so we've got
Vermont,
like
huh?
yeah, the maple syrup place. Which, by the way, we never got to do the whole maple syrup thing.
That's why I called you on the train asking where you were in Baltimore.
Yeah, we're going to have to make sure we get that done on Thursday next year. I'm going to make sure I bring more maple syrupy stuff. But yeah,
so you guys all heard it. We're gonna have a big maple syrup party.
Nice.
Yes, because
I'm from
remind
Vermont,
me of home. So you're from Canada, aren't you?
Well, no, I'm from. So the closest hospital to where I used to live was Burlington, and that's where we went. But I lived in New York.
Wait, hold on, Burlington,
Vermont.
Wait, whoa, you are close. So you're across the lake.
I used to live up there, but it was like 3 hours to Burlington, so you have to keep going east.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Did you ever take the ferry across?
Once. I didn't go to Burlington that much because I didn't get sick. That's the only reason we went to Burlington was for the hospital.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I'm basically just like a stone's throw away.
Okay, cool,
from Burlington, and also I've done way too much research on just the area in general.
Well,
Just
that's
largely in tone with transportation. Which, by the way, fun fact: Burlington. I'm pretty sure the only reason why it is Vermont's biggest city is just because of the canal era, because that was pretty much the only time it ever had anything going for it. It was a great port city, but once the railroads came in and made their connections, which was ironically the canal business was the whole reason the railways wanted to connect to it, and that's what killed the canal industry. So it's like, in some ways, it's like, that sort of prevented Burlington from like growing further in some regards. But then again, it also had railway connections, so that's also a big thing. So, it's a weird mixed bag, and I haven't looked too deeply into it yet. I say yet because I'm going to, most likely. I'm a nerd waste of space.
So really quick here, without further ado and whatnot. Is there anything people want to add on the topic of BronyCon?
Oh, right, BronyCon.
I wasn't there long enough, but I loved it as always.
It's about the horses.
Yeah.
So,
Heavy metal horses?
your goldfish needs to stop disconnecting me from the Discord. How am I supposed to commentate on things?
But it likes the taste of your Wi-Fi.
I have a question. So somebody said it's about the horses. So it's about the heavy metal horses?
Yeah. Heavy
Nice.
Horses.
Sick reference.
Very nice. By the way, guys, I actually need to head out here.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm kind of trying to wrap it up here. So,
yeah, sorry.
If people don't have anything more about BronyCon and whatnot,
I do. I got to give away a ton of art. It was great.
Yes.
Yay.
So
yes.
And I have the print
validation
somewhere.
again.
I will take pictures and like put them online. But yes, unfortunately, without further ado, we'll get to shout outs. So we'll start with the two that have to leave. So we'll start out with Larsis.
My shout out is actually to Trish, who's one of the BronyCon artists, and I'm gonna stick this in here, and you can try to figure out a way to put it on the stream. So we actually designed an OC for our charity group, Cure Search for Children's Cancer, and this is their OC, who is named Golden Hope.
Woo. That's a pretty good OC.
Yeah,
I feel
Trish
that.
did an amazing job.
Cute.
Green.
Trish always does an amazing job. Let's be honest.
Yeah, she does.
One second, let me get to the thing here. Oh my god, it's so big, like I can't fit it in my screen even when it's zoomed out. Oh, that's because it was at 200% zoom. So yes, there we go. Now it is on stream for everybody to see and
The
love.
stream is flowing. You can't stop the stream.
You can't stop the stream.
Can't stop the stream.
So,
I want to run in the stream.
So yes. So anything else, Larsis?
No, I said my shout out's Trish.
Okay.
There you go. He did it.
So all right. Next on to Cyril.
Oh. I don't have anything prepared, but shout out to my whole band. So you can check them out on Twitter here. We got Drummer Shy, which is actually _ Drummer Shy _ on Twitter. Great. Thanks, Discord. That's exactly what I wanted. Appreciate that. Freaking markup commands. And Cracking Laser, who is just Cracking Laser, all one word on Twitter. Forest Rain was my keyboardist, but she doesn't need a shout out because she's too hype anyway. And Rockin' Brony, who played guitar for me. Just shout out to all of them because, and the Wonderbolts just because, but like shout out to all of them.
You son of a. Okay.
Yeah, but no, shout out to them because like they came and they kind of volunteered for me in a big way. And
They
they have a good
sort out
time.
all the kinks before we played, so that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You always got to have a test run before the real thing.
Yes, exactly. It was very good.
Except for the fact that you guys still didn't have one of your guitars working for half of the.
It was not for half. It was for the first 2 songs. Not even the first 2 songs.
No, the second song, which is when I first got on guitar.
Yeah. So that was it, though. We fixed it after that.
There is such a bottleneck on my ability to think when up on stage. And,
I understand.
Alrighty.
So we didn't beef at the most. Suck it.
Alrighty. So next on to Kraken Glazer.
What?
Shout out, dude.
I don't like it when my glaze cracks. Why are you doing this?
You need that. I forget what it's called. Fuck. Shit.
Caulking.
Come back to him.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So on
what
to.
Cyril said.
Okay. So then on to Galen.
Actually, my shout-out's got to be to Cracking Laser for providing the guitar that I played on Friday night. Like, that was a huge help. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And next on to Wootmaster.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to just all of BronyCon. It's so unreal that we'd even play. We're just like, yeah, we're probably gonna do the Renegade stage, gonna rock that pretty hard. And we get the email, and I'm like, no, this is impossible. What is even happening? How? It's just pretty great being able to go up there and finally get to make an embarrassing concert YouTube stream video like so many I've seen in the past. Now I can finally be a part of that.
You guys were freaking on point, my dude.
I like it. But I want to give a shout out to all of you guys, everybody, and just the entire fandom in general.
Everybody who came to see us, too.
I love it. I love this fandom so much.
Your
so
synergy
amazing.
alone is worthy of that stage.
Thank you very much. But that's the main shout outs. All the people on /MLP, all the folks, Twitter, everybody. I can't just shout out one person. I love everybody. You guys are great. Fantastic.
Alrighty. So next on to Sidewinder.
My shout out would actually, as I think it was last year, to Zeta and Rosie, who this year were instrumental in me getting home, at least without using a map like an animal.
Alrighty.
Just use your hands? It's like a baby's toy.
Oh my god. So next we have Coal Dust. Oh my god. Coal Dust, is your shout out to the picture
Show that picture on stream.
Is your shout out to the picture of me and Zeta doing the stupid whatever dance?
No, but it was perfect timing. That might as well have been. Gosh,
And by the way,
had an
that's
idea
Forest
for-
Thunder in the background there, and Creature with the other phone out on the other side of Forest Thunder.
Yes, and Zeta is just a blur.
Yep.
He has no face, just a blur.
That's pretty great.
Also, this picture doesn't actually like show the height difference between us.
Are you guys jumping there?
No, I don't think so. Really.
Well,
I might have another picture that might work. One sec, hang on.
I think the other angle actually shows the height difference a bit. Which means you have to scroll back in con chat to see that picture.
It's okay. Just use the badass search function. Thanks, Discord. Amazing.
Alrighty, and by the way, Cyril, is there any like recorded version of Heavy Metal Horses?
I don't know, cracking. No, not really.
There's a one there's like a scratch. It's kind of there's like where it currently stands is as a reference to play it live, but it's needs some heavier production.
All right.
Have the heavy
I want to go real crazy with the.
So did we get all of Cold Dust shoutouts?
Oh no! I didn't make any. I just posted pictures. Right. I actually do have a special shout out. Shout out to Textalion in the chat who ran into me and Creature, and we all crashed Circuit's room with Winchester and Sidewinder and Steel Cords, a bunch of other people. And well, anyways, so. And the reason why he gets a special shout out is because finally, like, I finally got to shout the leaderboard line from my stream with like 3 people in a room, and it just felt very, very good. It was just so satisfying. That was it. You don't know how satisfying it is after like saying it like for months and months and months, and just finally just like having enough people together to just make it feel like you actually mean something, and just be able to shout, "What's the point of the leaderboard? Nothing. But it's a leaderboard." and that was one of my favorite parts of the convention right there. Just that. So yeah, shouts out to you, Textalion. You actually ran into me, and we did the thing.
Woo!
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and
also shouts out to anybody who actually talked to me and didn't just see a weirdo in a conductor's hat and thought, "No, I'm running for the hills."
I think everybody in this chat probably at least saw you once in passing, I'm sure.
Pretty good.
But alrighty, so CMC shoutouts, and also if you can list off other events.
Oh, you give me the hard part.
Yeah, I know, because I haven't made my list yet.
Shouts out to fires and explosions and the insanity that Sky and I had last week trying to make sure that he could actually stream Player Unknown's Battleground words PUBG. Whatever the hell PUBG is. Yes. And shout out to LOE, which will be unfortunately not this month, but September 10th. Woo. You will all lose me to the wonderful world of ponies.
And I'm still so sorry. And I'm still so sorry to both CMC and the entire Legend of Equestria team that I haven't went and actually made use of my thing.
Should sin. You should get on the.
Alrighty, so what else is going on throughout the week?
Yes. Events. Thursday nights, Silent Blast does things. I'm not sure if he's got anything planned for this week. Friday nights we have the Roan campaign, but I think right now we're going to be taking a break from Roan and actually going to start poking the official My Little Pony RPG things. Get a little playing around with that, but we still have to do character creation, so I don't know. Saturday mornings we've got Saturday morning cartoons along with showing the my new My Little Pony episode, and then Saturday evenings we have the Gaming Meltdown, which has a whole bunch of fun and insanity. I don't know what Creature's got planned. That's what, 9 p.m., 8 p.m., somewhere around there. I'm not sure. Sunday we've got Circuits Let's Play at 4 p.m. Eastern with the single player and multiplayer. I'm pretty sure by that point he will have fully recovered and started doing stuff. Don't know what he's doing. Yes, words. Monday night, of course, we've got the main Brony show at 9 p.m. and the pre-show, and a question flags up with Cold Dust the Strange.
Hey!
At 8 p.m. Eastern. We have to figure out what we're doing still, don't we?
Yeah, yes, we do. But on the bright side, as far as this week goes, I'm finally off of overtime, so I can actually put in some extra effort into the stream. Because we've had like 2 sort of off weeks. So yeah.
Oh, that means we can actually do some planning.
Yes, it feels great. And that's what I would have done tonight. But then I saw this little window, so I was like, oh, party.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so yeah, we got that at 8 p.m. and then we got the main show at 9 p.m. and whenever Circuit ends, he probably usually puts on a little bit of a Pop-Tart after party, as he calls it. Just probably dicking around Gmod, doing whatever. Then we got nothing on Tuesday. And then we come back to Wednesday, where we've got Winchester Wednesdays, supposedly at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, with these crazy
Winchester.
folks.
Yeah. The Wednesdays are crazy, man. You wouldn't even believe it.
Now, why is there an ice cream cone in the chat? What have I not been paying attention to? Why have you not given me ice cream?
So fun thing. Me, Creature, and Circuit. We went to. I think we went to dinner or something. Yeah, we went to dinner at some place, and it was in the building that was right across the street from the Hyatt, and then a giant raging thunderstorm came through. So we couldn't get back. So I just was like, I'm going to get an ice cream. So as Circuit and Creature were being productive buying umbrellas, I bought an ice cream. And I just kind of waited on the porch outside eating an ice cream during this raging thunderstorm. It was great. 10 out of 10. It worked out in the end, though, because Circuit walked back across the catwalk with an umbrella for me, which I totally didn't expect, but I'm very happy he did.
Yeah, we were at Uno's Pizzeria when that storm hit, so we sat there for a bit.
Lovely.
What a story.
Alrighty, so I think that's all my shoutouts. Winchester
Alrighty.
shoutouts.
My shout out goes to sleep, which I need. Also to everybody that I met up with at the convention. It was stupidly amazing. So yes, I love seeing Cyril's band again. I love seeing Wonderbolts obviously again, even if they didn't remember our breakfast where we first met up. Yeah.
Wait,
they don't remember my harem. So, but yes. So
It's
it
all
was
forgotten. In the darkness.
Darkness. The darkness. But yes, it was awesome to see everybody. And yeah, I hope to see everybody around a lot more. So, without further ado, I open.
One more shout out to make.
What? Oh yeah, to the
Skyray.
entire audience, and also to Skyrays for doing the stream last week, because thank you so much for actually making it so that we actually had something to play last week.
So much fun trying to make sure that his stream would actually go through. And yet still, Restream decided to be annoying at some points.
Yeah.
I have to
So
investigate that further because it was also doing the same thing to Blank the other. Not sure why.
All right, guys. I must fade to bed. I gotta go. I gotta dab on the mattress.
Good night, y'all.
good
Dab
night.
away. Good night. Love you. I'll be around some more. So yeah, if you guys want me to pop in on the stream, I'll be around. It's really fun.
Yeah, awesome. I will definitely hit you up some more. So, anyways, without further ado, I opened with one of our great bands from BronyCon. Now I'm going to go and close us with a song from the namesake, at least, of the other great band from BronyCon. And also the song was played there, so as y'all know, if you've been listening to Cyril's stuff for any certain amount of time, yes. So have a good night. Here's Millennium Alone. Everybody say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Every time your sun sets, do you feel regret for what happened centuries past? Has your spirit grown cold like her lunar mold? Do you know why she chose that path? But many I'm alone. Luna paid her debt on the moon she owned, and her tides as she time the moon is full, can you feel the pull of your little sister in need? Keep your smile to hide turmoil hidden deep underneath. Many on the moon she owned, moving tides as she waits. Burning out around, paid her debt on the moon she owns, moving tides as she
Thanks everyone for showing up. It's been fun. This is Winchester 572 going 10-7. I'm out. Bye-bye.